Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Lizzie Benton, a company culture coach based here in the UK. And when I'm not supporting startups and small businesses to improve their company culture, I have my head in a book. So I thought it was about time that I added a book club series to the channel to share books with you that have not only inspired my journey, but also that have shaped my life and my work. And to begin that series, I thought what better way to kick it off than to share with you a book that has truly changed my life. In this video, I want to introduce you to Reinventing Organizations by Frederic Laloux and share with you how it has truly changed my life and briefly explain some of the core concepts within it. If you've ever wondered what's next for how we work, beyond hierarchies, beyond the burnout and business as usual, then Reinventing Organizations is the book where work is reimagined. And this is the book I want to introduce you to in this video. To begin with, I want to start with how this book changed my life. Because I read Reinventing Organizations back in 2017 when I was working inside a company and I was really passionate about culture and I was trying to influence the culture and change the culture of where I was working. And at the time, my partner recommended Reinventing Organizations because he had seen someone mention it in a TED Talk. And he was like, hey, I think this book might be really useful to you. So I read the book. Well, if I can be really honest, I didn't just read the book, that book completely consumed me. For me, it was like a Dorothy in a Wizard of Oz moment. The veil had been lifted on how work could be and how work was. And suddenly I saw things in such a different light. And I was like, this is how work should be, but also this is how the world should be. So to say that my entire mindset and my whole viewpoint on the world shifted would be an understatement. It was really a moment for me where I thought, oh my goodness, this is what I want to be doing with my work. This is how work should be. This is how culture should be. So I decided when I read that book that I would dedicate my professional career to creating cultures like these that are described within the book. So that was the first way it changed my life, because I decided I didn't want to go down a traditional HR route with culture. I wanted to dedicate myself to alternative, progressive ways of working. And that is what I have done ever since. And I have had the absolute joy and privilege of working with international people, traveling to learn and being able to truly embody these ways of working. So that's the first place where it really changed my life, that I decided professionally that this is what I wanted to dedicate my career to, and especially when it came to culture. The second part that really changed my life was that when I read this book, I wanted to meet other people who had read it and had the same experience that I had had, this light bulb enlightenment where I just wanted to be able to converse with other people about how they'd found the book and what were they doing with it. And lucky for me at the time, Teal Around the World, the international conference, was being hosted. So I joined Teal Around the World. And luckily, I got to meet some incredible people who are still lifelong friends today. So not only did I get to have a very fulfilling career because of this book, I have also made lifelong international friends, who some of which I know will be watching this video because they support me so much. So a big shout out to them. They know who they are. So that was the second revelation for me, was gaining these amazing friends who are all dedicated to this way of working and living as well. And the third part that really changed my life was that it wasn't just about work. When I read this book, so many different shifts happened for me. I saw the education system in a new light. I saw the importance of community and wanting to establish community. And I saw how important it is to be able to do the personal development work when we're stepping into these types of worlds and this type of working and living. So for me, it was truly a book of complete enlightenment that has given me so much in my life. So you're probably wondering, after I've shared my life-changing revelations, what the magic is inside of this book that activated so much in me. So let me dive into some of the core concepts that Frederic Laloux shares with us. Laloux's big idea is that organizations evolve. Just like societies and human consciousness, organizations also have the capacity to evolve. Laloux uses color stages and metaphors to show this. From power-based red structures, think of your tribes and gangs, to rule-based amber institutions, such as the military or the education system, achievement-driven orange corporations, which we all know too well of, value-centric green cultures that are highly driven by values, and then something new, Teal. Teal organizations are like living systems. They're not like the traditional machines or cogs in a machine as we often describe companies or organizations. They're a living system based on trust and adaptability, sensing and responding, and purpose is more emergent rather than being imposed. This lens shift can really change the way you think about teams and companies. At the heart of Teal organizations, there are three core principles: self-management, wholeness, and evolutionary purpose. Self-management is this idea that there are no traditional bosses. There's no command and control management going on. Decision-making power is completely distributed, yet the structure is very clear and robust. With wholeness, there's this sense that you can bring your whole self to work. All of your emotions, your intuition, even your vulnerability. There is no requirement for that polished professional mask. And evolutionary purpose is the idea that the purpose likes to emerge, that it's always adapting and evolving, sensing and responding, just like a living organism. These three major breakthroughs are what make Teal organizations so unique and different from conventional, traditional organizations. And if you think this is too idealistic and these things can't possibly exist within organizations, then Laloux has you wrong. Because within this book, Laloux also shares very clear case studies and examples of companies operating exactly like this. One of the many profound facets of reinventing organizations is Frederic Laloux's capacity to go and share the experiences of all of these Teal organizations that are living examples of what this looks like in practice. And I love the way in the book he is always weaving all of these different case studies and companies who are living and doing this in the different chapters. Like Buurtzorg, a Dutch healthcare company with thousands of nurses and no managers. It's repeatedly ranked one of the best places to work in the Netherlands. A tomato processing company in California, where every employee writes their own peer-based agreements. Laloux proves that Teal isn't just a theory. He has studied these organizations who are living examples of what this looks like in practice. And these organizations aren't chaotic. They're thriving because they trust people, they've decentralized power, and they stay aligned to purpose. For me personally, Reinventing Organizations is not just a book. It's a call to imagine a world where we can reinvent work, communities, education systems. If we just trusted people, if we decentralize power, honoured purpose and redefined leadership. Whether you're in HR or the founder of a business and feel like business as usual just isn't cutting it, then this book will truly open doors for you. And it comes in 2 versions, both a picture book and a full version of the book. And Frederic Laloux has very kindly and generously created an entire YouTube channel with a video series that goes even deeper into reinventing organizations and how to start the journey, which I will all link in the description below. Let me know if you have been inspired to read Reinventing Organizations, or if you have experienced a tiny little bit of Teal wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.